I'm Tommie Lee, and this is the Scam of the Week with the Better Business Bureau's own Jan Diaz from the BBB serving Northern Indiana. How are you, Jan?
I'm doing really good, Tommie. The weather's getting nicer, so you can't complain too much about that.
Absolutely. And with the nice weather comes prom and wedding season right around the corner, and shopping for a special dress should be one of the most exciting parts of the experience. But, Jan, you're telling us that dress shopping comes with a few risks, and you've got a warning that we might not expect.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Tommie. You can get into some risks with trying to purchase a dress online. That's exactly what makes this entire situation so tough, because these types of dresses that people are looking for can be expensive. They're often spending hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars when you're trying to buy a unique designer dress. Plus, there's almost always a hard deadline involved. So if a person is shopping for a type of dress, a wedding date is set in stone. They're trying to meet that deadline. A prom date is set as well. And unfortunately, scammers know that these types of timelines create pressure on people to buy a dress in time for the big event. And scammers are using that type of pressure to their advantage.
So the excitement of the moment can actually make someone more vulnerable to a scam.
Yeah, exactly. And when you're caught up in the joy of planning a wedding or getting ready for a prom, it's really easy to let your guard down. That's when a scammer will see that there's an opportunity.
So walk us through how the dress scam happens. What does the experience usually look like?
Yeah, it usually starts online. So if you're scrolling at a website, a shopper can see a stunning dress. It's a designer look at an unbelievable price, and it feels like a really good deal. The website looks professional. It looks legitimate. The deal feels like it's a great find.
So everything looks completely legit.
Exactly. Everything looks completely normal, and that's the whole point of a scam. But once an order is placed and that dream dress is paid for, one of three things usually happens. So you can encounter the dress arriving and looking nothing like the dress in the photos that the person saw online. Sometimes the dress is the wrong color, or it's the wrong style, or it's the same style, but it's made of poor quality fabric. It's definitely not what you ordered and not what you expected.
Well, that would make you panic. Any of those would make you panic. What else could go wrong?
Yeah, well, maybe the dress does arrive, but the sizing is completely off and you can't get it to be altered in time for the event. Or the dress never arrives at all. The company stops responding to your messages.
And by the time any of that happens, the event might just be weeks away, and now you're seriously in trouble.
Yeah, that's exactly right, Tommie. And the timing makes recovery almost impossible when these types of things happen. A person may not have enough time to order a replacement dress, and they might have already spent the money that they set aside to purchase the dress. And so now the dress and now those funds are gone. That combination of financial loss plus the emotional heartache that you go through, it's hard to recover from, especially right before a special event.
So the scammer uses the pressure of the deadline to work against the buyer the whole time.
Yeah, they do. And scammers count on that type of pressure to prevent people from slowing down and doing their research before they make a big purchase like this.
Especially easy for them to do if they're offering something at a really discounted price. Jan, what can our listeners do to make sure that their dress shopping experience stays exciting and stress-free and emotional for the right reasons?
Yeah, well, at BBB, we see these scams every year. But the good news is these types of scams are preventable. There are a few things that can be done and that are easy to keep in mind. First, we tell shoppers to start shopping as early as possible. For a wedding dress, that can mean a year in advance. For a prom, we recommend you start looking several months before the event date. When you take the extra time, it can help you protect you, and it can help provide you with the time that you need to make a safe, confident decision.
Got it. So start early.
Yes. And then second, research the business before you buy anything. What you can do, you can search the company name on bbb.org, look for the types of reviews that are there, see if there's any complaints, look at their accreditation status, and you can also use any web browser to search using the company name and just put the word scam after it. it. See what comes up, because you might learn that that company is associated with a scam. Just a few minutes of research can save you hundreds of dollars and a lot of emotional turmoil.
Always absolutely makes sense to do your research on the company.
Yes. And then you can read the return and cancellation policy carefully before you place any order. A legitimate business will have a clear policy on their website. It'll be easy to find. And so if you're finding that the return policy is vague, if you have to try to search for it, if it's buried within the website, or if it's non-existent, those things are a red flag. And it's something that we caution that you should watch out for.
I got it. And now what about the payment? Is there a safe way to make sure that you're paying for a dress online worry-free, or at least as worry-free as possible?
Yeah, absolutely, Tommie. Always pay with a credit card when shopping online, not a debit card, because a credit card allows you to dispute a charge if the dress never arrives or if it's not what was advertised. So we just tell folks to avoid paying anything online by using wire transfer or using gift cards or with any of the peer-to-peer payment apps that are out there today. These types of payment methods don't provide much protection once you send the money out.
It makes a lot of sense. So those are 4 steps that can make a big difference for you at a very exciting and stressful time. Jan, what should somebody do if they're listening right now and they discover that some of this sounds familiar? They probably already have a problem with a dress order.
Yes. Well, first, don't panic. But the thing is, if you can get the business that you ordered from to respond, contact them directly and then put the issues that you're having in writing. We recommend that email is the best way to contact a business because it creates a record of the conversation. You can go back to that and refer back to it if you need to. Just make sure to reference the purchase agreement in the email, clearly state what went wrong, and explain the resolution you're looking for. But if the business does not respond, or if the business refuses to make things right, you can dispute the charge with your credit card company, but you need to do it right away. Your credit card company might be able to help you recover your money. And we also ask that you report any scams, whether you've lost money or not, to BBB Scam Tracker at bbb.org/scam tracker. Filing a report with us at BBB helps warn other shoppers so they don't fall for the same type of scam. It also gives us the information that we need. We can track patterns and we can take action. So when you file a report with BBB, it truly does protect the next person who might fall for the same type of scam.
And even if somebody feels embarrassed about what happened, reporting the experience is really important.
Yeah, that's right. And really, there is nothing to be embarrassed about because people fall for scams all the time. The websites that are out there are designed to look trustworthy. They're designed to entice consumers. But reporting your experience is one of the most helpful things that you can do, not only for yourself, but for your community.
Absolutely. And speaking of the community, one way to avoid all of this, I realize if you're online and you found the dress of your dreams, you're going to want to pursue it there. But shop locally. If you work with a store right in your neighborhood, you're dealing with a neighbor, basically, who is going to do everything they can to make sure your dress is perfect.
That's right. That's right.
All right. Jan, as always, thank you so much for sharing the risks involved with dress shopping. It should be a memory that people look back on with joy and not with a ton of stress.
Yeah. And Tommie, that's exactly what we want for everyone. We want them to start early, do their research, trust your instincts. The right dress from the right seller is out there. And I echo, yes, buy locally. Just take a few extra steps to make sure that the seller is legit. It will make the whole shopping experience so much better.
Absolutely. Got it. All right. Thank you so much, Jan. For everybody listening, a little extra care now means you can focus on what really matters, which is enjoying the big day. Jan Diaz from the Better Business Bureau serving Northern Indiana. It is always a pleasure. We'll talk again soon on the Scam of the Week.
Sounds good. Likewise. Thanks so much, Tommie.
Podcasts by Federated Media.